So let's say you're a text messaging whiz. You love to send text messages, maybe some emails, Facebook messages, things like that, but you don't need a high-end Android phone. What's going on, guys? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and T-Mobile and LG have a mid-range Android handset that may fit you perfectly. The T-Mobile myTouch Q has a physical QWERTY keyboard. It has some pretty decent specs as well. A 1 GHz processor, a 3.2-inch display, a 5-megapixel camera with 720p, HD video recording, and more. Android 2.3 as well, so it's a pretty well-equipped device for 80 bucks on T-Mobile, and better yet, it's available in a couple different colors as well. Is this a device for you? Maybe you should go with the myTouch, which is a very similar device but without the keyboard. We'll find out in the unboxing, but first I'm going to give some love to Best Buy Mobile because they hook us up with phones just like this, and heck, even just like this, for use in our one-paw Bandit game. So when you go into Best Buy Mobile, you're not going to deal with rebates, waiting for your mail, or waiting for your money rather, waiting in the mail. You'll get it right away at Best Buy Mobile. You walk out that door paying the after rebate price, they'll hook you up and make sure you're set up and ready to go and you don't deal with messy paperwork and waiting all that time. That's pretty cool and it's at Best Buy Mobile, but enough of that, let's get into it. Unboxing time. myTouch Q, QWERTY keyboard. Is this a device for you? We'll find out starting right now. So T-Mobile has quite a few high-end Android devices, but they're not taking it just at that. They realize that not everybody needs a high-end device, and they've launched a pair of mid-range Android devices, the T-Mobile myTouch and now the myTouch Q. Both of these are made by LG, and the Q differentiates itself in the fact that it has a physical QWERTY keyboard and then some minor different specs as well. So here's the device. You can see a typical 4-row QWERTY keyboard here with plenty of space in between the keys. But just to give you a run-through of the specs, it has a 1 GHz single-core CPU. It has a 3.2-inch display, so a little bit small on the display. Takes it under the 3.5-incher found on the iPhone 4S. Then you have a 5-megapixel camera with 720p HD video recording, though you do get a flash on this one, whereas you didn't on the T-Mobile myTouch, which is the other device made by LG. Now it has 720p HD, like I said, full QWERTY keyboard and Android 2.3 with LG's custom UI. Now this sucker is available as of today, November 9th, and it's available for 80 bucks at a T-Mobile store, and it's available in either gray or violet. So you do get two different color choices depending on your personal preference. Or maybe you could just go crazy, you could get two, and then you could put the violet battery door, and you could have like a black violet device or a gray violet device. Or maybe that's just me, I don't know. Start guide, you get your return kit, or your return label rather, you get product safety and warranty information, terms and conditions, return policy, and limited warranty. And I really doubt you get this because it says follow the steps below to download and install the Q and in-store demo. These are most likely demo units, as you can see the demo on the UPC. Most likely units that are going to be or we're supposed to be put in stores and then seeded to reviewers. So I doubt you'll get that, but hey, just in case, a little something exciting in the box. And then you get the same thing here. You get a AC adapter module, a USB cable, which, like I just pulled away, it doubles up as your charger for the wall. So you get all that in the box, a ton of goodies. Not really, actually. You don't get any earbuds or anything like that. So kind of a disappointment there, but hey, what can you expect? But on the back it says all the stuff, and I always get a kick out of this. Always on social networking, so it's like it has buttons, and it has an earpiece, and then T-Mobile TV, and then of course 4G capable as well, so something to keep in mind. It has a micro SD card slot. I want to see really quickly what the battery is in this sucker. It has a 1,520 milliamp hour battery. So 1,520 over here, and then you can see on top you have your 3.5mm headphone jack, your micro USB charging port, your power button up there at the top, power and lock button, and then you have over here your volume rocker on the left side. So you got 4 capacitive buttons, a Genius button, back, home, and menu. And it's interesting because both of these devices, the T-Mobile myTouch and the myTouch Q, the pair made by LG, are both available today for 80 bucks. So it really depends on which one. And this isn't a dogfight by any means, but just because they're launching on the same day by the same carrier, just to show you what they both look like. It's interesting because both are available for the same price. This one's maybe a little bit thicker, but I feel like this one is clearly the more premium one. It just feels more premium in the hand. Of course, it has that physical QWERTY keyboard, and even though the display is a little bit smaller, you do get the keyboard, you get the flash on the back, you get the extra Genius button down here. So it'll be interesting to see which device people go with. They go with the myTouch because of the larger display, or they go with this because of the flash, because of the, oh, hey, thanks, Skip. And then, or you go with this one because of the flash on the back and because of the Genius button, and kind of because the build quality looks just a little bit more high-end to me. Hey, you know what? We'll figure it out in the coming days when people start to buy these things. So we're going to go ahead and skip to home screen. And again, it's a 3.2-inch display, and man, this thing is small. You know, the camera's really not doing it justice. This is a tiny display. Then again, you have the physical QWERTY keyboard for most of your inputs. So if you're sending a lot of text messages, I have a feeling most people are going to send it just like this. But again, 3.2 is tiny considering that 4.5 and 4.7 is kind of becoming the norm on these high-end devices. I can understand 3.8 over here. I can even understand 3.5, which is what's in the iPhone 4 and 4S. But still, it's a little bit small at 3.2 inches. So you can see it has LG's custom user interface here. But again, between the two devices, I always find these little things interesting. You can see the differences between how it looks. You notice that there's no text below the icons. It just has the icons themselves. So you have phone messaging, web, what looks like email, and then your menu button over here, and you get 7 home screens on this bad boy as well. So 1 gigahertz single core processor, so it should be relatively quick in most tasks. It's not going to perform exceptionally well in games or anything that's kind of graphically intensive or graphics intensive. But you can see that the menu looks like a typical LG structure here. It has LG's custom user interface with T-Mobile applications like 411 and more, Bejeweled 2. It has bonus apps, CMAs, Lookout Security Highlight, More for Me, Mobile Life Organizer, T-Mobile's My Account, My Device. It has a Smart Share, Swipe Intro, and then the T-Mobile stuff, Mall, Name ID, T-Mobile TV, and then it has Wi-Fi Cast, and Yelp and Zenio Reader as well. So quite a few T-Mobile things pre-installed, and to my knowledge, you can't actually remove those, so you're kind of stuck with all that stuff even if you don't want it. Now, as you saw in the menu, it comes with Swipe, but it also comes, or should come with Android's keyboard, the stock Gingerbread keyboard. Let me see if I can get it to pop up here. There we go, input method, Android keyboard, so you can see it there. Now again, tiny display, so I'm going to say the Quick Brown Fox. And it is sad, I know most people are like, well, 2 years ago, 3.2 inches wasn't considered small. Well, yeah, but the industry is moving pretty quickly, and 2 years later, 3.2 inches is considered small. So we'll take a look at the physical here. Quick Brown Fox. Quick Brown Fox wants to sing in the park. How about sing? Yeah, that works. Sing in the park. So keyboard's quick and easy to type on, although I will say the keys kind of press in a little bit further than I would have liked, but you do get the shortcuts over here. Menu, text, shift, you get alt and symbol down here, obviously, and then you get home buttons, and then emoticon shortcuts, and .com, things like that. Now, what I will say is typing on this on-screen keyboard is going to be way too small. Even in landscape mode, this is not the device you want if you're going to rely a lot on on-screen text or using on-screen gestures. You're going to want to go with either the myTouch or go with another high-end device like the Amaze, maybe something with a 4.3-inch display. But otherwise, pretty decent. Seems to be, for the money, 80 bucks. Physical keyboard's nice. And then again, seems to be relatively responsive. You can see the typical LG widgets over here. And like I said, 7 home screens. And it does have 4G connectivity via T-Mobile's HSPA Plus network. So keep that in mind. But all in all, looks like a decent device. A little bit on the thick side, but it does have a physical QWERTY keyboard built in. So for those people that text message on a regular basis, text message on the regs, as I like to say, this could be a decent device for you. Much more coverage to come on the T-Mobile myTouch Q on PhoneDog.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook because we're doing, we always do cool giveaways. We're always on there. I try to get on there every now and again and answer some of your phone questions. So hit us up and like us. Facebook.com. Don't actually literally hit us, but hit us up figuratively and like us. Facebook.com/PhoneDog. And follow me on Twitter as well. PhoneDog_Aaron. Let me know what you think of this trio. You like it? You hate it? You think the Amaze or the Galaxy S2 are the only Android phones you should ever get on T-Mobile? Let me know. PhoneDog_Aaron and on Facebook at Facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Thanks so much for watching. Keep it locked on the site for more on the myTouch and the myTouch Q. And as always, we'll see you next time.